Good, Brian. How do you interpret the news you got today about Wang?
Well, I mean, I kind of was bracing for it. My trainer in Houston yesterday, Gene Monahan, told me that, it was his evaluation that we were dealing with a significant injury here. But we were on the road and we were coming back. And so instead of leaving him in Houston to do the MRIs down there, we just took him back and got him here in New York and did them today. And it's a significant time frame. He's going to be in a boot for 6 weeks, and then obviously you got to throw 4 weeks on top of that. Right. If the 6 weeks heals it, then you throw 4 weeks of getting him pitching ready before he's back in pinstripe. So you're around September 1st probably, and so it's a significant period of time that we're going to lose him.
So September 1st probably at the earliest, and I'll tell you that I don't want to be negative here, but everything I've seen with these Liz Franks, every time they don't seem to heal. I mean, every time I've seen them with a football player, they just seem to take forever.
Yeah, we're certainly getting a little bit more educated on these things. The last time, up until this year, this happened with John Olerud, as we all know, in the 2004 playoffs against the Red Sox, and we felt that played a significant turning point in that series for us. And it just happened on a you could never check by the video. You still, to this day, you can't see how John Olerud did that injury there. And then other than that, we've never had one. And this year, Bruni, which, there was some significant, foot contortions and stuff going on that one with the White Sox where he slipped and fell and stuff. But the Wang thing, it was like a sniper hit him between home and third, and he didn't do it on the bag. He just did it. He rounded third. He was heading to home and landing on the grass. And my understanding, these Liz Franks they're kind of like typically these are injuries that happen mostly in car accidents when the floorboard of the car comes up and hits your heel, and it's just a very unusual injury, and it's highly unusual to have 2 in 1 year for our pitchers, and it's significant, but we're going to have to just deal with it and find a way through it.
Well, you probably feel a snake bit. You're finally getting the team going again. You get a little healthy. You win 5 out of 6 on a road trip. Wang gives you 2 good starts in a row, and you almost, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That's probably your overriding feeling today, right, Brian?
You know what? You can't let it sink in. We got to find a different way to just get it done. I mean, part of the stuff they throw at you throughout the year, let alone the competition, is obviously you have to deal with these injuries and find a way to get through them. And his is a significant one. There's no doubt about it. But hopefully, while he gets through the healing process and the rehab process, that we can give him some purpose to get back to help us like he did in 2005. Because he missed that significant portion of the time in the second half with a shoulder injury, but then he wound up getting back and pitching a game for us in postseason and stuff like that. So it's up to us to make sure that he's coming back for a reason.
All right, let's talk about in-house right now, Brian. Before we discuss it, I know you can't discuss specific guys, but before we discuss philosophy outside the organization, what are you looking at inside the organization immediately?
Well, we have, the guy who was throwing best down to AAA, and he's now up here as our long man, we were converting Java, was Geis. So, right. I've had some brief conversations with Girardi today about it, and so we'll need a starter for Saturday. It very well could be him. And then, obviously, Kayagawa is probably the second guy down there. He's throwing the best of the AAA staff right now. And some of the younger guys, Karstens is just coming back from his quad injury. Groin injury. And then, we've had Danny McCutcheon just got promoted. He really hasn't had enough time there yet. And, so we're, Alan Horn, who was a Eastern League Pitcher of the Year last year, he's only 2 starts back from being hurt to start the season from AAA. So we're mixing and matching, and we're going to have to sift through it and see what emerges.
All right, go ahead, Bill.
Well, we've discussed this. I mean, the Yankees have been in a tough spot all year with Jabba, bullpen, starting rotation, trying to win now. How about the future? I mean, the Yankees are it's a fine line there how they walk. Now that you've lost Wang, if you did not find a suitable replacement, Brian, would you feel the absolute need to go out there and get a big price pitcher, or get a pitcher that would cost you a lot of prospects to keep this playoff streak alive? Would you be careful in how you handle that? I know it's down the road. You don't want to give me too much information, but if the Yankees do need to get another pitcher from another team, would you be willing to go extra with prospects to get that pitcher, or are you going to take it easy as far as giving up too much of your future?
It depends. I mean, I think I've shown now for a period of time that I try to be as methodical as I can. First, at the time of year, the available trade market really hasn't revealed itself yet, so it's not like I can turn around by tomorrow and get somebody in here. So it'll be a slow process regardless. And we'll make sure that we don't have an answer from within first and foremost, and then see how things start to develop on the trade market. And I'll try to make a very rational approach to it, as I've tried to do in the past, and then see where it takes me. I mean, I can't predict. Some of this is a gut feel. Some of it's you're evaluating something that's right in front of you, and the feel on your club, as well as the feel of what your scouts are telling you that's available from outside in a way against the request from what it would cost prospect-wise. And sometimes, I'll tell you what, sometimes I don't sleep. I mean, I remember the Bobby Abreu thing. We dragged that out for a while, and then when the price tag came to the point where it was something I was willing to do, but I remember the night I tossed and turned all night. Do I do it or do I not do it? And we wound up doing it, and so it's it gives you a little bit of sample of what we go through in the organization about trying to make sure we're finding the right approach and the right thing to do on behalf of our ownership and our fan base and everybody involved. And obviously we have to pay honor to this team that's fighting to try to win now, as well as balance the future.